Welcome to Franchise Hockey Manager 9 with the San Jose Sharks rebuild. We played our first game with Nashville and we ended up beating them 3-0. Just going to do a quick look at the acquisitions and trades that we tried to do. Unfortunately, it just looks like it's an absolute nightmare trying to make trades here. Much more difficult than it was in the other one. Um, it just seems as though it's just a bit more of a struggle. Even the new addition with the make this trade happen just seems like it's just very unrealistic as to what they want. It just seems like I don't know if it's just that they want that extra player on top of it or they only want that player to make that deal happen. But it's I can say right now it's pretty frustrating because a lot of the trades that I tried to do just did not uh, did not come through. So we'll take a quick look at some of the trades that we managed to do. We managed to get Cole Caulfield for William Eklund and Noah Gregor. I think it's kind of a fair trade. I think they're both projected to be very, very high. So Eklund didn't really play that many games last year, but they're roughly around the same. I think Cole Caulfield's just more immediate right now. So we might end up regretting that later, just in terms of like a rebuild. It might have pushed us a bit too good too soon. But I guess that will be remain to be seen. I think Cole Caulfield's just much better of an addition, even though he is 2 years older. I just have a feeling that Cole Caulfield will be a cornerstone of this franchise. Um, and then we end up trading for Roman Schmidt because we need defense. And then we got Bogosian as well, but he's out for around 3 months. I think it's more so a cash dump that we end up getting from the Tampa Bay Lightning. We gave up Nico Sturm, uh, Svechnikov, who's I guess is the bigger player that we end up having to get rid of, but he's not really like talent that we end up developing. So I'm not too hard done by. And then we gave up a Adam Raska as well. He hasn't really played anything for us. And if you just look at his numbers, I mean, there's only 14 points in 49 games in the AHL. He played 5 games for us, didn't really do anything, so I think it's just an easy way to kind of let him go. And then we end up making another trade with Montreal for uh, they got Steven Lawrence. We weren't really doing anything with them as well, and we got a sixth-round pick for it. Uh, Probably one of the bigger things that we ended up doing was the waiver claims that we ended up getting. We tried to get like younger guys, but fortunately, this is the only thing that kind of came up. Just a bunch of 2.5 star guys. So we got TJ Tynan, Max McCormick, and Podorowski. I think I said that properly. Um, Again, just big guys in AHL. So if you look at his points just alone, 101 points in 71 games in the AHL. So I'm willing to roll the dice with someone like that. McCormick, I think, yeah, almost a well. I guess he's not as good, but we were trying to go for someone else as well, and then this guy kind of tore it up in the AHL as well. 98 points in 62 games, so we'll kind of roll with that. We end up losing Aaron Dell to Colorado, so that is a bit of a loss. Not doesn't really bother me that much. If we're gonna just take a quick look at how the game finished, we won 3-0, and from the looks of it, it looks like Cole Caulfield got 2 goals. Benning, Carlson, um, or sorry, 2 points, my bad. And Cole Caulfield got 2 points. Benning got one. Carlson, Couture, Hurdle, Kunin, Meyer, and Berkeley. We're trying to get rid of Meyer. We're trying to get rid of him really, really bad. But unfortunately, the player that we're trying to get just doesn't seem to want to. The team doesn't seem to want to let him go, which is understandable because of who it is. So we kind of leave that bit of a surprise there. And then we have our back-to-back against Nashville, so we're probably going to end up having to switch up our our lineups right now, just in terms of our goalie. Just so, well, it looks like we picked up a little bit of a knock as well. So I thought he was better than that. I guess Gladjovic, Bonino's hurt, bruised toe day to day. Okay, so we'll put you the injury list. There's a couple no trade clauses that are kind of interesting, I have to say, but I mean, so far, nothing really too crazy. It's just that the players won't want to go, and unfortunately, with most of the teams, none of the teams end up wanting the players that we're trying to get rid of. So it's gonna be one of those seasons for sure. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to this version versus the franchise Hockey Manager 8. Those are just like the subtle differences, I guess, with the game that I'm noticing. Oh, more guys to be waived. There was actually, yeah, I don't think we'll get him. There was Colorado's goalie that actually went on waivers, but it just seemed very unrealistic just to snag him. Like it would have been a good pickup, but it doesn't seem to really make sense if we end up doing that. Um, so we'll play our second game here, or we'll just show it. I ended up playing a little bit of the game engine, and I'm not really a fan of it. They just need to kind of do more like Football Manager, and just have it a bit more like smooth. It seems as though it's very just slow, and it doesn't feel as though you're really into it. At least I wasn't engaged with it, so I prefer simulating most of it anyways. Our preseason we actually did pretty well. So unlike in real life, San Jose ends up beating Nashville. It looks like Nashville's a bit worse for wear, that's for sure. So with that, Matt Luff ended up scoring for them. Hurdle with LeBanc and Cole Caulfield end up getting the assists. Hurdle, Cole Caulfield again, and Mario Ferrero. Vlasic surprisingly got a goal. His contract is just the biggest dog ever. Logan Couture as well got the assist. And then one of our new additions, Podorowski, ends up getting his first goal, probably of the NHL, if I have to guess. No, maybe actually. He has played in the NHL, and yeah, he collected his first goal. But I guess six games, 3 points, not the worst thing. Um, and then I can't even say his name, but Knatsev. I guess he's our defender, I think. And then Timo Meyer and Hurdle got the assist. Hurdle getting the goal. Max McCormick getting the assist for the blank as well. So it's so far 2 games in. Obviously, we're at the top because I don't think any other player ended up doing it. Oh my, or any team ended up playing it, and we end up losing one of our guys for 2 months. This is one. Let's. I'm really hoping the injuries aren't going to be our downfall for this year. This guy looks like he's decent actually. Do I have enough guys? How old is he? If he's under a two-way contract, entry level, yeah, so I can bring him up. So we'll end up bringing him up. It looks like Turkish. So the very first time that I've seen a player that's part Turkish. And then hopefully, I guess Glajovic we can probably move down. I'll be put on waivers though, so I guess we won't do that until we have to. Unfortunately, did not switch that two-way old school. I guess we'll make him a rushing defenseman. Two shutdown defense. I don't think that's. Maybe. Maybe that's what our bottom line is going to be for that. Yeah, stay at home. It seems like we're going to play more defensive with that line as well. So at least there's a decent balance. Old school, stay at home, shutdown. That's basically what our defense is. So I don't think we play for a little while. So far, we're leading all the points everywhere. Let's do it for. I thought there was a calendar in this. Okay. Oh, we gotta go for ours. I'm so silly. Okay. Yeah, preseason we end up doing all right. We end up getting, I think, 4 wins and 1 loss. if I'm not mistaken. One lost, one lost. I think that was a shootout loss too. So we ended up doing pretty good in the preseason, which is which never usually ends up translating in regular season. So yeah, we have to wait another week for all of our all of our games again. So that just seems weird as to why they did that. I guess just playing abroad. I don't know why they mentioned it. Saros is doing terrible this year, in real life and with the simulation as well. So it seems as though they're pretty spot on in terms of how Nashville's doing, which is just hard to see. Um, as long as we end up having our first pick, and it looks like we just had to give up a king's ransom for this player. Uh-oh. Oh, he grabbed him. I think this is our guy, wasn't he? No. Yeah, no, he's not our guy. But we end up getting the player that we were going to. Oh, another guy off of it. Glajovic. So we might have to send someone down, but mystery is solved. The player that we end up getting for our epic rebuild here is Thomas Chabot, 25-year-old, four-star defense. It's going to be a great pairing. Pretty much losing Burns and then just adding this guy's contract. Um, yeah, around $8 million cap hit, but it seems worth it. Timo Meyer was going to go anyways, and we need more defense. So we gave up a couple prospects. A player that I don't even know when he's going to end up playing. He ruptured his Achilles, and then we end up giving up a third and a fourth round in 2 years. I know we're supposed to load up on picks, but this seemed like the only way that we could actually get this guy. So, I mean, it seems pretty realistic to the Carlson trade. Actually, I can't remember what we ended up giving up for him, but Chabot following in Carlson's footsteps to um, to come to our team. I'll actually take a quick look at what they end up having to give up for Carlson because that will be pretty ironic if it was around the same. No, that is very odd. Okay, shouldn't they show? Yeah, I don't know why they don't show his history. It's not saying anything. So I'll have to quickly look it up. Eric Carlson trade. I don't even think it was that much for it. Maybe a first rounder. It was. Okay, they gave up Dylan DeMello, who is nothing. Chris Tierney, didn't really pan out to anything. Rudolph Balsers, AHL player. Joshua Norris, signing rights. And then they gave up, they ended up giving up a first round pick who ended up being Stutzel. And then a second rounder conditional, and a conditional first round. So we end up getting away with absolute robbery here then. Players that are somewhat similar, uh, but it makes our defense that much more amazing. So it seems pretty much like the San Jose Sharks way, but the problem that's going to probably end up being in the future is Vlasic's contract that we're probably gonna have to buy out of. Um, and then yeah, our forwards, because our forwards aren't really. I guess it's around the same that we're paying for our defense and what we're paying for our forwards, and then goalies aren't really making anything. And then we're still around 713 below the cap. So it does definitely tighten things up, but I think over the next couple of years, we're going to have players that we can bring up. Like Tristan Robbins is probably going to be brought up next year. And overall, it just seems like it's going to be that much more of a help for us. That's for sure. And yeah, you're definitely gonna get your 72. So we're gonna kind of take a quick look as to what this does to our lines. So I'm gonna have to take someone off defense though. I guess Vlasic. Vlasic we could possibly even send down actually. I think someone claims, someone might claim it if we do. He has a no movement clause. That's fantastic. So we're definitely gonna have to eat his contract next year. Otherwise, this is kind of a waste of a save. I mean, he did get a goal. Maybe it's nothing, nothing too bad then, I guess. But Nick Bonino, we were trying to get rid of that guy as well, but just seems like it's not gonna happen. So looks like we got Chabot and Carlson on the first line. I may have to switch that up because that seems like an epic waste. Ferrero and Merkley, and then again our two shutdown guys at the back. And then Cole Caulfield now takes front line and center with Hurdle and Tynan. I guess, wow, a waiver claim ends up making the first line. That does not instill that much confidence. But hopefully they're under contract for a little bit so we can have a good year, and then kind of get rid of them afterwards. So it doesn't. It looks like our time at the top in terms of points ended up going away because Colorado ends up having to obviously tear it up. It's kind of frustrating. So we're going to take a quick look as to, wow, 4-1. So 3 straight. Carlson and Hurdle and Ferrero are getting the top. No points for his debut. It doesn't look like. Nope. No points for his debut, so Chabot, unfortunately, nothing to show for it. 2 back-to-backs. Kind of frustrating, actually. Why would we have 2 back-to-backs 2 weeks after each other? I don't know why they wouldn't just spread it out a little bit more. So congested schedules are never a good thing for us. Definitely makes players get hurt. So 85 McCormick, where is he? McCormick's probably gonna have to come down at least 1. And then Tynan has to come down at least 2. We'll put Kunin on the top. I think that's probably where he belongs better, actually. See if we can, wow, 3 or 4 straight now. Cole Caulfield. So it doesn't even look like it's a rebuild right now. It looks like it's an all-in. Cole Caulfield getting a goal as well. Tynan, even though he's tired, ends up putting it away. Hurdle, and then to win it, Hurdle ends up getting the game winner. So Kane, Tynan, and then Hurdle. So Tynan's actually looking like a pretty solid pickup, if I'm not mistaken. And so far, Hurdle is actually top goal scorer. That is very shocking. I don't know why we're in the top of the Pacific, but this is definitely not a good way to be. We may have to start trading away players to rebuild, or hopefully we end up kind of coming back to. Oh, this contract might be too much actually. Maybe we end up being the San Jose Sharks of prior years. Lindblom now. Okay, so I guess we're switching 1 for 1. Team salary cap. Okay, so we're good. McCormick is facial cuts day to day. We don't have anyone else to replace him, so you're gonna have to kind of deal with it. It looks like. Oh, they can terminate contracts. Oh, let's try that now. Actually, let's actually just kind of see what it would look like. Oh, it can only be done during the off season. So then how do they? I guess they just end up cutting him. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, but probably for next year we'll probably end up having to get rid of Vlasic, unfortunately. Even though he is kind of like an icon to San Jose. Played one of the most games for him. Connor Mackey and Fowler. I feel as though this is probably going to be the game that we end up losing. Our first loss is probably going to come to New York Islanders, that's for sure. McCormick. Oh. Bonino needs to come in as well. So McCormick is probably going to be on the last line. I feel as though every time they end up starting like an 80 player, you're almost like guaranteed to lose. Bordelot is going to come back there. Oh, I guess that doesn't really work. Playmaker. Is Podorowski a playmaker normally? Yeah, he is. And what about Bordelot? I mean, he could be counterattacking forward, but seems to be kind of working out for us right now. So I'll just leave it at that. Reimer ends up getting the start. For whatever reason, Reimer's doing pretty good, except for today. Yeah, he just got hammered. Absolutely hammered. The only person to get a goal was Hurdle. Chabot got his first assist. Oh, that's Hurdle. My bad. Chabot ends up getting his first assist. I think it might be his first point with us. Yeah, first point in 3 games. So not very good. I saw a statistic actually that was talking about how with Chabot playing this season, and when he ends up averaging more than like 25 minutes per game, they usually end up losing the game. So so maybe we might want to take some notes from that. So another New York game right after. McCormick's still kind of on the injured, and then Tynan as well is a bit tired, but I don't know how theirs are gonna look. And then we end up losing this one, probably probably in regulation too. Spanjad Lafreniere actually has 5 points. This simulation is broken. We might as well just stop it already. Lafreniere is nowhere close of getting 5 points consistently, especially in like the first month of the of the year. Oh, I guess he only has 5 assists, so I do kind of believe that. For whatever reason, that guy's just a massive bust. Takes him like 4 or 5 seasons just to get okay. Uh, yeah, for whatever reason, we're still in second right now, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I'll be honest. And yeah, nothing really to note here. It is kind of shocking to see how well some teams are doing and how bad some teams are doing based on what they are doing in real life. So San Jose, yeah, us losing to Devils kind of makes sense, but they were only 2-2 before they faced us, so that seems very odd. Jack Hughes, great player. Benning, Kunin Chabot gets his assists as well. Couture, Scott Reddy, and Bordelot get our other one, and that they have Eric Hall on their team. So far, it doesn't look like we're really packing that much of a punch. Connor Ingram, I saw him at the top there for Arizona. Wow. Oh, he only played one game, and I guess he got a shutout. Hmm. Yeah, so top 3 team right now, but most likely we're probably gonna end up. Hopefully, we'll find our way to the basement soon with Philly. Let's change our goalie there. And Kakkonen, who probably will. Yeah, McCormick is just absolutely tired. He needs like a week. Yeah. So like I said, every time that we seem to have like an injured player or a little bit slower player, it's pretty much our demise. We're guaranteed to lose that game. So hopefully, oh no, we play in again 2 games. So we end up having massive breaks, and then injuries are just going to be what does it for us, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, McCormick needs to sit. And then we have Gadjovic as well that needs to sit. And I think we can bring up one player. No, not Robbins. Not Veal. Verano. Nieto. Here, I'll bring him up. He seems to be doing something. I know we need him on the left side, but I think we have enough centers that can play left. Oh, we need to dress one of our... Oh, Vlasic, I guess. I thought we had... That makes more sense, okay. So Seasick... Oh, Benning's gonna be our defense on Ford, so... We're only a 500 team right now. Of course, jersey numbers. We are guaranteed to lose this one. Vegas are 7-0 and a rivalry game. We somehow end up winning. I think we're away too, right? Yeah, it doesn't say where the game was, but that's insane. Handing them their first loss in OT, shootout too. I guess our shootout guys are just good. Kunin, Spot gets his third assist. And who wins it? LeBanc? No. Chabot ends up getting our shootout winner. Not saying that's suspect, but it seems pretty suspect. Oscar Lindblom back. Yeah. Barabanov's coming back soon. So and Nadevara, our other defense, is probably going to come back in a couple weeks. So that will actually make this team oh no, pretty good. Hurdle's hurt too. Okay, well, we won't touch anything. We'll see what it ends up doing. Oh. I guess we'll move him down. Yeah, we'll set you on waivers for now. Uh-oh. Who just came back? I guess because of his contract, he's going to have to go to the injury list. Maybe shave off a... we'll send... Oh, because he's 2.5. Okay. This might end up hurting us. We'll move both these guys to the injury list. Hopefully it runs down our contracts, but looks like Lindblom might even have to get sent down because we won't be able to manage that. That's for sure. Oh. And Reimer is obviously going to get the start for this one. Unfortunately, he's Benning. So McCormick. Okay. Sonic can come back off. Okay, that looks better. I don't know why Scott readies this. And we end up losing. Fantastic. Cole Caulfield's still doing what he does. Yeah, we'll have to kind of take a look at how well he's actually doing in real life versus how well he's doing in here. See if we are a bit better for him, but I'm gonna guess that we're probably not. It would be kind of cool if this game ended up having it so that you can look at the actual stats as of today, since it's already kind of connected online anyways. It'd be kind of cool if you if that ended up doing it. We'll look at the stats so far for everyone. So Cole Caulfield's leading the way. so it looks like Cole Caulfield's leading the way here. Projected 65 points. So that doesn't seem like how good he would be in real life. So I think we're probably more damaging for him than what we think. But 65, it would be a little bit of a bump from what he's supposed to do, but or what he did last year. Maybe not what he's supposed to do, but that's kind of yeah. And no one else is really doing anything. Couture's the next one. Carlson. Oh yeah, I guess. Hold on. That's because we end up taking players off. We're gonna have to look at the injury. Where is it? Reserve? No. Hurdle. Okay, well Hurdle has 11 points, so he's the leading points getter. Shabbat has 3 points, so that is what it is. And we are gonna welcome probably our second straight loss, third straight loss. Yep, looks about right. We got Stamkos killing us, Carlson, Caulfield, Tynan. It'll be interesting to see how these players end up faring off for the rest of the year. But looks like yeah, we're probably not going to make the playoffs just by looking at the fact that we have 3 games at hand. Wow, 4 games at hand against Calgary. That just seems very backwards. Why would you have one team play so many games up front? I'd much rather take the games at hand than the points. Even just looking at this for next year, I think the guy that we really want is we really would want Zach Benson, but I think Luke Coughlin I think is the one that I want. I think there's another one as well. Do not want Mazin Leslie. I think I had him 1 year in a save and it was terrible. Yeah, there's someone else. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Fantilli. Fantilli is who we really want. We want Fantilli the most. If we can get Fantilli this year and just do bad enough to get like, I guess from the looks of it, 8th overall, I would be extremely happy with that. Um, Luke Coughlin is a second. I find, um, but even if we can get like an extra first rounder, that's probably what we're into doing. Ryan Burke. I'm guessing. Oh no, he's not related to the other Burke. And then there's a Will Smith. I mean, that would be cool too, I guess. But yeah, those are probably the guys that we're gonna end up targeting. Hurdle's back, so we can probably bring him back to our team soon. But I'm just waiting for this whole dumpster fire to just like take off. We're shooting way above our weight. And Carlson, Hurdle, Reimer, and Kakinen. Why would people be buying our goalies that probably won't be there next year? So our prospects, Gil Martin, doing all right, I guess. Jake Furlong. That just sounds like an. I'm guessing I think I'm Eddie Furlong, like Terminator 2 kind of stuff. But a lot of our players seem like they're at least progressing somewhat decently. So we will probably have a lot of players to come back for next year. Braden Coe is another guy that we want. I think I bumped where he was. Cole Caulfield, still 3.5 star. He got 1 fighting and 1 bravery. That's not the stats that we actually want. I'm surprised Cole Caulfield wasn't at the top of that list. So we won't be adding anything here. The only thing that we might want would be scouting. So we'll do 5 scouting, see how that kind of pans out. And let's see if Reimer can get it. Yep. He ends up managing to beat Anaheim Ducks, who are exactly as advertised and doing just as bad as what we would have thought. They're still like 1 player away of being of being a relevant team. Chabot's almost back. And then we're gonna have to worry about another 1.5 and then a 2.5. Yeah, we might have to trade someone like right now to try and kind of balance that out a little bit. Yeah, we'll probably end up doing that.